It's the third week of April, and like clockwork, the asparagus harvest has begun. Few vegetables say spring like asparagus. Because it's a perennial and doesn't need to be planted each year, as soon as the temperature rises in the soil, the crowns, or roots, send up the spears through the soil. Today, we're going to visit Walker Brothers, which produces those crowns, as well as Shepherd Farms, which grows an amazing crop of asparagus.
I'm Scott Walker. It's Walker Brothers Farms located in Pittsgrove, New Jersey. We are the world's largest seed producer for green varieties of asparagus. We also produce asparagus crowns. We're one of the largest producers of crowns in North America. And we also grow asparagus spears for fresh market. Okay, so basically the seed, asparagus seed that we produce, we plant that in the ground. 1 year later, we dig the crowns, which these are some asparagus crowns of different varieties. Grower would take this crown and plant it, and he's probably another 4 or 5 years before he's able to produce or harvest spears from these crowns. And I would estimate that of the varieties of seed that we sell, probably 85% of the asparagus produced within the U.S. comes from our varieties.
My name is Frank Hancock with Shepherd Farms and Easter Fresh Growers. We're located here in Cedarville, New Jersey. We farm on 1,400 to 1,500 acres. Of that, 350 acres is asparagus. The area we're located in right now, this started as crowns from Walker Brothers. And it's easy to look at this patch here and be able to see what I'm talking about when I say a crown. You have multiple spears that are attempting to pop through, and depending on temperature, it may take a few days for that to reach size for harvest. You have different heights here. What the asparagus will do, we're kind of used to it looking like this in the grocery store or on your plate, but asparagus is actually a fern. This will get taller and start to branch out from the tip. You can see this little guy right here is already, for some reason early in the season, attempting to branch out. The fern itself will dry off, and we'll leave it dried off through winter and mow it off in the very early spring or very late winter. So when it comes to harvest, the harvesters are walking down these rows looking for asparagus that is the correct height. They're grabbing the spear in one hand and cutting below the surface with the other. It's a very labor-intensive process. From the field, we're not that far away from our facility where we can then do the final cut and banding of our asparagus. So here in our packing house, what we do is we take the asparagus from the field. We then put it down flat so it can go through a washing and cutting process. It is then graded by size, depending on thickness. Then from that point, it's taken over to our bunchers. And what they do is do a bunch that's a 1 pound approximate, and then packed into an 11 pound or 28 pound case. It is then banded and put through our hydrocooler and shipped out from there. When it comes to the popularity of asparagus in New Jersey, I have a feeling it has a lot to do with, it kind of signifies spring. When you see asparagus come on, it's kind of just like your lawn finally turning green after a long winter. So asparagus coming on in this area, I think, is just a signifier that spring has finally arrived.